Oil markets completely transformed after COVID, and nobody saw it coming. Traditional analysis went out the window and experts had to get creative fast. Let me tell you about Kurush Mistry, who was right in the middle of this chaos. He's not your typical oil analyst, and this guy went from being a top chartered accountant to film production before landing in oil analytics. Talk about a plot twist. When COVID hit, everything changed. The old ways of predicting oil markets stopped working. Mistry and his team had to start looking at wild new data sources like Google mobility data and satellite imagery of oil tanks, and they were basically becoming oil market detectives. The pandemic didn't just change how we tracked oil, it changed how people used it. With everyone working from home, fuel consumption patterns went crazy. The whole industry had to rebuild their forecasting models from scratch. But here's where it gets interesting. Mistry figured out that the key wasn't just crunching numbers, it was teamwork. Analysts and traders had to work together like never before. When an analyst would come up with a theory, traders would fact-check it with real people in the industry. It was like a constant feedback loop. Now, Mistry's expanded into renewable fuels. We're talking sustainable aviation fuel, renewable diesel, all that good stuff. He's watching how soybean oil gets split between making food and making fuel. It's like a giant puzzle where every piece affects the others. The biggest lesson: the old days of just looking at traditional data are over. Anyone can buy market data now. The real skill is in finding creative ways to analyze it and spot opportunities nobody else sees. This whole story shows how sometimes the biggest disruptions lead to the best innovations. The oil industry had to adapt or die, and it chose to evolve. Now they're using tools and techniques that would have seemed like science fiction just a few years ago. And that's how a global pandemic accidentally revolutionized one of the world's biggest markets. Wild, right?